Okay, good afternoon everyone. Here's a how you take the EPS unit out of a Polaris. Well, this is a 15 Polaris Sportsman 1000 XP. As you can see, I had to take the whole thing apart, and it's the only way to do it. I have not seen a video online of it going into a little more detail, so I guess I'll give you some of the basics. So, whole front end pretty much comes apart, all plastics. Your center plastics here, your sides. These two inner fender wells, they are tucked right in here. Those got to come out. Obviously, seat and storage rack, or if you have just the regular cargo rack, that's got to come off. And then that frame assembly has to come off. That's where the radiator and fan sit in, which I have apart because my radiator's over there. It was dirty as hell, so just wash it down. So if you got it out, just do a maintenance on it. It is just that easy. What is the pain in the butt part is when you come down to here. So let me see if I can back up here. So let's see. This is actually sitting in a bracket. This is I'm going to assume a proportion valve for all the brakes. And there's a bracket that goes on here. That's got to come out so you can get. I gotta bend this back up. There's a plate right here. Let me see if I can get it back in. Plate that sits in there, and then the pump sits on top of that. Now you do have to take the gas tank out. I did it from the right side. There's one bolt here, and there's another one tucked in here, which who knows if I'm gonna put it back in because it was so tight in there I could barely get it out. So it may get a zip tie at this point. But anyway, you gotta take the whole tank out, and your pump. You have to loosen this plate up, otherwise it is not coming at all. Because the shaft goes through here and then into this shaft. And, So when you pull the pump, this whole thing will just, you gotta spin it around and slide it on out with the pump. I've been at this for almost 2 hours, just guessing. Yeah, and it was a pain in the ass. So now, first obstacle I ran into was well, not this one, but the shaft for the bars, if I can find it. Yeah, right there. Okay, there's two bolts there. You have to take those both out. Here is the new one. When you put that shaft back on, it comes down on here, and the bolts actually go right in between the splines here. So you have to take those two bolts off, and the same with the bottom one. You have to take that bolt out. I'm trying to think what else. I had to pull the other tire off just to get the gas tank out. I did leave the splash guard in on the right side. I almost took it off, but taking the tire off was just as easy. You could probably do it either way. Reinstall, I have not gotten back to it, but I'll put another video up if it's not too hot to do it. It is scorching out right now. It's got to be almost 90 right now. So yeah, actually, so another thing while you're at it, actually I found this wire. I don't know what it goes to. It was busted, and it was in between the shaft and here. So I don't know what it goes to yet. Something I look for. Your grounding Well, while you're in here, take the ground off. It's a 10mm bolt, or I'm sorry, nut. Take it off, dielectric grease it, pop it back on. You have to take. This is actually on that. Yeah, that frame. So this is the fuse block, and the, where are you? Oh, ECM also mounts to that. And of course the lights also go on there. But again, while it's out, just check everything over, because doing this job is the biggest pain in the butt that I have ever done. Like I said, it's almost 3 hours now just to get it out. Going back in, hopefully it'll be easier. The only issue might be the gas tank when I throw that back in. It was a little pain in the ass to get it out because of the one of these there's a bunch of wires in this flex loom, and one of them was catching on a tab. Actually, that tab right there that goes on the left side. But yeah, that's. I'm trying to think what else while I got this thing out. But yeah, if you're into it this far, just check everything else out. Like I said, I found that one busted wire, and I did my grounds, and my radiators out there. I soaked the hell out of it, and you should have seen all the mud that came out of that thing. It was, yeah. So that is actually on a 1000, and I've heard this from a couple of people that have 1000s. This radiator, the fan kicks on more often because it's just a 1000. I don't know why. Actually, none of us know why. It just does it. And one of the reasons that we all came up with is it's just clogged with dirt, mud on the sides. You can get the front, but you can't get the sides of the radiator when it's in it. So when it's out, this is the time to wash it completely out. I'm gonna get back to putting this thing back together, and then I'll put a video. Well, maybe I'll try and get a video up of it going back, of it. Well, the newer power steering unit in. So, hope the video was helpful. I'll talk to you later. Bye.